Welcome back to Dinar Daily, the channel where we break down global currencies, exchange rate shifts, and the financial trends shaping our world. Today, we're diving into a question that fascinates investors, travelers, economists, and honestly, anyone who's ever exchanged money. What is the highest currency in the world in 2025? And maybe more importantly, why? Because the strongest money isn't always from the richest country or the biggest economy. Sometimes it's the result of oil exports, strategic monetary policy, or decades of controlled stability. So today, we're not just ranking currencies, we're unpacking the reasons behind their strength and what changed this year. Let's get started. Before we jump into the list, let's clear up a common misconception. The highest valued currency is not the US dollar, not the euro, and not the British pound. In fact, the currencies with the highest exchange rates come from countries with tightly controlled monetary systems, strong export revenues, or unique economic structures. A strong currency simply means one unit is worth more compared to another, usually the US dollar. It does not mean the country is wealthier or more powerful. For example, Japan is an economic giant, but the yen is low in value because the Bank of Japan keeps it that way. So with that in mind, let's look at the currencies that dominate the FX world in 2025. The British pound remains one of the oldest and most trusted currencies in circulation and continues to outperform the euro and the US dollar. In 2025, the pound holds strong thanks to stable monetary policy, global confidence, and London's position as a major financial hub. While GBP isn't the highest in the world, it's still one of the most internationally influential currencies and one of the top reserve currencies on Earth. The Cayman Islands dollar remains a surprise entry for many viewers, but its strength comes from its link to a strong financial sector. The Cayman Islands is one of the world's premier tax-neutral financial centers, hosting over 100,000 registered companies. The KYD is pegged to the US dollar at a premium, making it one of the most valuable currencies anywhere, but still not the highest. Now we step into the elite zone. The Omani Rial stays extremely high thanks to a carefully managed monetary policy and a stable, highly controlled economy supported by oil exports. One Omani Rial buys more than most currencies on the planet. The country's low inflation, strong government reserves, and long-standing central bank policies keep the value strong year after year. The Bahraini dinar has been near the top of this list for decades. Bahrain's currency strength comes from a combination of oil wealth, banking stability, and a long-term decision to maintain a very high exchange rate. The dinar's strength isn't accidental. It's a deliberate monetary strategy, supported by the country's fiscal reserves and international financial activity. But there's still one currency that beats it. The undisputed king of global currencies, the Kuwaiti dinar. For years, it has held the title of the world's highest valued currency, and 2025 is no different. Several key factors make the KWD unbeatable. Massive oil exports, and one of the world's highest GDP per capita, a carefully managed exchange regime, extremely low inflation, strong foreign reserves, a stable, oil-backed fiscal system. Kuwait intentionally keeps its currency at a high rate, and the global oil market continues to support this strength. Even during global volatility, the Kuwaiti dinar remains rock solid and unmatched. 2025 brought some interesting shifts. Several Middle Eastern currencies strengthened as oil and energy markets stabilized. Inflation fell in many Gulf countries, reinforcing their already strong monetary positions. Meanwhile, some Western currencies saw fluctuations due to slower economic growth and interest rate adjustments. Emerging markets like India, Turkey, and Egypt saw continued instability, pushing their currencies downward. Overall, the top three, Kuwait, Bahrain, and Oman, remained dominant, while global trends reinforced their position rather than weakening it. Even though the US dollar is the most powerful and most widely used currency for trade, reserves, and international markets, its value is intentionally kept moderate. A skyrocketing dollar would hurt US exports, global trade, and foreign investment. So the dollar's strength is not measured by its value per unit, but by global trust and demand. That's why the dollar can be the most influential currency in the world without being the highest in value. So there you have it, the highest currencies in the world for 2025. And once again, the Middle East dominates the top three spots, proving how economic strategy, resource wealth, and controlled monetary policies can create incredibly strong valuations. Whether you're an investor, a traveler, or just someone curious about global economics, understanding currency strength gives you a deeper look into how nations manage their financial identity. If you found this breakdown helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment below which currency surprised you the most. This is Dinar Daily. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.